Data entry in our internal CRM is absolutely imperative. For all your activities, ensure you log them correctly in terms of the category, the type of activity, and the start and end time, so we can then track the duration of all our activities. On the account, when you log activities, you can choose from a variety of templates: incoming calls, outgoing calls, and emails. You will most likely be making outgoing calls and outgoing emails. Really, no need to log incoming emails, just your responses. When you log an activity, ensure that you select the correct start and end time. If it was a 40-minute call and it started at 1 o'clock, the start time is 1 o'clock and the end time here is 1:40 p.m. And the various activities. Now, admin is going to be for, checking your emails. This is kind of internal admin work, not communicating with clients. Auditing usage. This is when you're logging into a client's database and auditing their usage. So are they billing? Are they attending? Are they sending emails? Are they adding students, etc.? Anything related to billing direct, going over the application, communicating with them about this process. Check-in. This is follow-up. This is when you're contacting clients in between setup appointments to either try to book another appointment or to reach out to them because maybe they're not using something. This is follow-up. If you're providing imports, then database transfer would be the focus of this activity. Introduction is everything before the first setup call. So sending them a welcome email, communication before the setup, maybe confirming that first appointment. Product training. If you're doing any product training, this is internal. So this is not related to the client. This is related to maybe questions you have or additional product training you're receiving on an internal level. Setup 1 is exactly that. So the first setup session, the second, the third, and the fourth. If the client does not show, then log the activity as a no-show. Team meeting, this is for internal use only. So if you're having a department or general meeting, you can log your time there. This way we can track all your activities. Tech support, anything related to coordinating any sort of technical support, most likely with your technical support team. Training would be any additional training you've provided past the fourth setup call. And the other focuses you would not need to necessarily use. And you can state, for instance, if this was a setup 1, you can log it like this, and then down here in the description, you can bullet point everything from the call, what was covered, and what they've been trained on. Now, when you're updating the work orders, and it's in progress, you're going to be filling out the fields here in the setup section. These are crucial, so we can measure at a glance where the client is in terms of the setup and initial training phase. When you complete your setup 1, you need to fill in this date. And that goes for 2, 3, and 4 if you get to a 4th session. If their billing applications have been submitted, then you can fill this in. If we've imported their data, this will be filled in on the date we did it. So once you've covered settings, you can fill this. For billing and attendance here, billing direct, if this is one of the priorities, this is what they were sold on, we want to select that. If they will absolutely not use it, they'll be using a billing company. You could choose this so we know. And if it's going to be in-house only, they're still going to use Perfect Mind to track their tuition, but they're not going to use it for payment processing for tuition. You can select in-house only. And there are sold on and will not use options for attendance. We have these because billing and attendance are the two most important components of using this program. When you've trained them on how to use billing, so processing invoices and managing memberships, covered this. If you verify upon auditing their database they are using billing direct, they have active and scheduled invoices in billing direct, then you would fill in this date. Once you've trained them on how to take attendance, how to schedule, you've covered everything essentially in the curriculum of the setup 2. That's the calendar and how to attend, scheduling and attendance. Fill this in. If you verify they're actually taking attendance, they have attendance records, then fill this in. And every time you audit their database for usage, fill in the date you last audited it. And the other fields, of course, are email usage, again, sold on or will not use, when you've trained them on how the email and auto email works, if you verify they're sending emails in the sent folder in the email app, memberships and products, you've trained them on how to use this, trained them on contact management, you've gone over reports, and any social site apps like embedding forms or actually training them how to edit their social site, and then marketing is going over campaigns and marketing reports. When you're auditing a client's database for usage and you log into the Perfect Mind organization ID, there are key areas that you're going to want to check. And generally most clients are going to want to be using billing, attendance, and email. Those are the 3 primary apps within Perfect Mind. Audits should be performed daily. So, and definitely before a training session, if you're going into a second, third, or fourth training session, you want to audit their usage, so then you can, you can see how much they're using, and it's going to help you with knowing where to go. And that's in addition, of course, to touching base with the client at the top of the call. We're just going to log into this database here again. So with this client, I can see they have many, many contacts, 583 records. And I want to audit, are they billing? Well, I see processor type here, billing direct, active, scheduled. Now I could sort this since they've got a combination of the two, in-house and billing direct. And I can see they have a good number. This is a database, this is usage that's in good shape. This is healthy. And are they attending? Yes, they are. 20,000 attendance records. That's great. And let's check to see if they have been using the email application. Go to emails, and then we can check sent. I see a couple emails from this month and a couple from last month. So there's a little bit of usage with email. This is something I could follow up with the client to see if they'd like to use this even more effectively and perhaps set up some automations. Now, what we've just checked, this is a very strong indication they're using Perfect Mind to run their business. This is very, very healthy. So at this point, the success team can call them to verify their satisfaction with both the product and that the initial setup and training phase is complete. And again, once you've verified this usage, you want to make sure that you update your setup work order accordingly. Now, when it comes to tracking your work, there is a folder in reports in our internal CRM called Customer Success. And it groups into activities. This is one you'll want to check frequently. All service activity, so you can use this to see all your activities from the day. And this does have an adjustable date range, so you could look at it for the week if you like. And then there's a folder called Setup. Closed today, so work orders closed today. Again, this is an adjustable date range. Same with created. All new billing direct work orders. This is definitely one. This is something that will keep everyone on your radar that hasn't had an activity in over a week. So no activity, and that's an activity logged from the work order. This will show all open setups, anything that is not closed. So if we drill down here, this gives us a very, very handsome snapshot of the health of all of our open work orders. So I've got the business name, the last activity date, the age of the work order, this is in days, and then I can see the dates when they received their setups. So if I have a client here this work order is 42 days old, and I can see when they had their setup calls, they're using billing, that's billing direct, but they're not yet using attendance. So this is an account that is very close to being able to have their work order closed. So again, this is a very nice dashboard in measuring the health of all of these clients. And just as a reminder that when logging your activities, you're going to want to make sure that you do so from the work order.